Yeah, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Little C Remy here. Um, Today marks the day where I have become officially addicted to YouTube. I wanted to post something. Something was telling me, hey, just work on a video, get something out. And so I thought I would just talk about the game a little bit. Really been enjoying it, wanted to talk about it more. And so today I'm going to be talking about what I think we need to do, or what the devs should do, in order to make the finals even better. Try to help save the game. Everyone's talking about how the game's dying or whatever. I don't think it's actually dying, but I think there's a lot of things that they can fix to the game, and so I thought I'd just give my 2 cents to that. Very first thing I think that really needs to be fixed is the rank system. I think we can all agree that the rank system is kind of in shambles right now, and there's a couple of reasons to that. And the biggest reason is definitely because it just doesn't mean much. There's like no discrepancy between someone who's like diamond and someone who's just starting. And I can kind of contest to this. I was able to play with another content creator, Ducky Films. He's like top 200. I don't know his exact rank, but like I just got it a bronze, so I don't think there's any reason why I should be playing with them. So basically, anyone can play with anyone and anybody in ranked, and so there's really no point in ranking up besides just like style points. And then it's also just ends up being kind of a grind over skill, because you don't actually like drop your rank, and because as long as you win the very first one, you always gain points. It ends up just being like who can play more versus who is better. Obviously, if you're better, you will just get whatever rank you quote unquote deserve faster. But someone who's a lot worse than you can play 10 times more and basically get a higher rank than you. And so there's a couple things I think that we can fix here to solve like these issues. And the first one is just try to like at least narrow the gap between who you're playing with. And that's also a big problem though. It's almost like a paradox if you think about it. Because you're narrowing the player base, you're also spreading out the player base too thin. Whereas someone in Diamond, it might take them like 3 hours just to get into a game because they're trying to find like 10 other teams of 3 people who are also all in and around Diamond rank. And that could probably take a while because there's not too many people, right? And they all have to be playing at the same time. And so while that would hurt the game, it also would bring more people to ranked and more people to diamond because it does mean more. So it's kind of like more people would come in, but then they would be spread out. I think overall though, it would be a change for the better. And so I do believe they should add something like that, but yeah. And then I think for the making it less of a grind and more skill, I was thinking something along the lines of like, you don't lose anything on the very first one, but you only can gain if you win the second one. So it almost just puts you like more in like deep into the game, whether or not you win or lose. But I was also thinking then it's like, oh well, if you lose the second round, then you just wasted a lot of time because you already been to the first round. So I don't really know. There has to be some way about punishing like players that are bad and then being more forgiving, I guess. I mean, I guess it's already forgiving for players who are good, but I don't know. There needs to be something where it's less on just how many games you play, because it's sort of like a battle royale system in a sense of you can get like third partied a lot. It's kind of difficult to like get a perfect like setup. It's not just like a 1v1 or a team versus team. There's like a bunch of players and a bunch of teams like all fighting each other, so it's kind of like a free-for-all, and it's hard to rank a free-for-all. But another thing I think that needs to really be added is definitely the private match system. It's kind of like leads on to like ranked and like tournaments and stuff like that, and I think it would also just like bring more like community into the game, because I mean, it's a private match, you can set up like your own rules, and so it's like knives only or whatnot, but it also just lead to actually like viewership on like tournaments, because pro players will like play these private matches and be able to stream them, and it would just probably bring a lot more eyes and a lot more competitiveness to the game. And while like you can have a lot of like fun like times like just with your friends, I think it would also just be double down for competitive as well. And then leading on to that again is just getting away from the push to talk system. I believe if they just make it open lobby like Call of Duty, just say whatever you want, and just like have like a system in like the tab in like the scoreboard where you can just go and mute whoever you want, I think would be a lot better, because I think this game really needs to bring home community like focus to the forefront, and just have everyone be kind of like talking straight off the bat. Obviously, you know, you can have someone munching on their cereal and it can get annoying, so yeah, add the mute button in. But sometimes I don't even know if my mic's working or not, because of that. I don't know if people aren't talking or whatnot. So yeah. And then lastly, I think I would probably just try to add a solo queue. I come from League, so I think I'm a bit biased, but I think nothing like solo banquet where it's just like you're just by yourself, but just a queue where nobody is actually a pre-made team, but just a bunch of players playing solo together. I think this would kind of drive home a bit more like people into the game, but it also is a bit paradoxical because it also again spreads the player base even more. But I think like on the main menu, if you just have like solo queue and then team play here, it would probably go a lot further, because you would probably just have a lot more people just like coming into the game to just play once, like leave any kind of like shenanigans at the door. Because how it is now, if you want to play ranked, you're kind of forced to find a party, and to be able to find like a party, especially if you've been playing solo the entire time, you're forced to just like go onto discords, and these discords could probably get a little toxic, or if you post looking for game or something like that, you might not hear back 9 times out of 10, especially if you're low ranked. And so I think just adding a solo queue will just bring a lot more players into the game, and because of voice chat being enabled, you'll make a lot more friendships to then build teams to play on team mode, I guess. But yeah, those are kind of just my thoughts. I'm bad at the game. I'm only in silver, so don't take my thoughts too to heart. I'm just a guy who's a fan of the game, wanting to talk, and yeah, I'm just someone addicted to YouTube, just wanting to post. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys think I'm full of it, or if you kind of agree or not. But yeah, bye.